Yo, what's up, guys? It's Schizomanic here, back at it again with another Pokemon. The journey starts today. The journey starts today. Dad, all right, I'm done. So it's been a while. I think I literally just hit like a really bad burnout, and it just took me a while to like recover. So I apologize if it feels like I kind of neglected you guys for those videos. But the good news is you get kind of like a saga for all the episodes I missed. So hopefully that'll somewhat make up for kind of the lackluster consistency. And obviously, when the new year kicks in, I want to get back into being more consistent overall with you guys. Um, so let's get into it. So this is the review for, I believe, episode 40. I want to say 46, 7, 8, and 9. Although I had watched 46 back when it came out. I just never made the review for it. If you watched the Pokepod, you would have known that because on those I actually did talk about the episode during the pod. Just never fucking made the review. So we're gonna kind of go through all these in a somewhat rapid fire, not crazy rapid fire, but just kind of discussing my main thoughts on each. Um, so the first one is the Mewtwo special, which is very. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think my biggest issue being Go, but then again, one of my biggest issues with Journey is Go. And ironically, of this current batch, he's probably the thing I will complain about the least. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way now. I like the fact that Mewtwo questioned him on his dream. I hate Go's answer. Go's answer does not make sense whatsoever. And I don't remember, and I think this is the only time it's really been brought up what his answer is in regards to why he catches Pokemon. The fight, I mean, we knew they were going to lose because it's fucking Mewtwo. I feel like it was still downplayed and it became the Lucario and Cinderace show. The first half is, to me, is somewhat unnecessary padding. I get the idea that it's supposed to be kind of like they're like bros, so they've grown with each other so much when it comes to this shit that they're kind of like helping each other. It's meant to show like their good points as trainers and how they complement each other. I just think it's horribly unbalanced. And the way usually things go is that if Go is relevant or Go is important, they'll downplay the fuck out of Ash. Because you kind of have to. Ash is so good that they have to downplay him in episodes just for Go to be more relevant. Um, I don't really have a lot to say on the Mewtwo episode. It's just kind of there, and I kind of acknowledge it, and that's about it. Everything else involving it can kind of go eat a dick, in my opinion. I don't hate it, but man, I feel like some of it's downplayed. I think Pikachu was downplayed. That was like that was one of the other problems with it. Like, come on, bro. It's like, guys, we're focusing on Lucario and Cinderace, so of course they're the ones who have to do the most work. Yeah, but don't disrespect Pikachu's name like that. What the fuck? What's the next one? The next one I believe is the Squovit ingredient like eating contest episode. This is probably the best out of the current batch, only because even though it's a very, and I mean I want to put this in context, the Squovit and ingredient episode, the eating contest, is the most predictable episode. It's so jarringly predictable that, oh look, they're using more Pecco in the eating contest. It's in his hangry mode. So the joke is obviously going to be at the very end, he's going to come down and be perfectly fine, and then they're going to lose the contest off of some shit like that. Like, all that's really predictable. Even Squovit evolving is kind of predictable. What saves it is the little things about it. Like, I like the cute fact that like the Blaziken won't eat the food because the food is shaped like Torchic, which is its pre-evolution, its first stage. I think that's a really cute moment, so I like it for that reason. Then you got Kukina, who is, this is like her first episode of being any semblance of the word relevant. Thought that was nice. There's also a Reggie mentioned in the Eevee episode, but I'll get to it when I get to it. Kukina being very cute and being very fangirlish, trying to get Cole, not Cole, Koharu involved. I think Cole's her English name. That's why I did that. But getting Koharu involved and interested in the eating contest, and even the little tidbits about how the babies can't really eat the full seeds like adult mons can, so they actually have to pick the seeds out. But because Go Squovit knows bullet seed, he can still eat the food whole and then spit the seeds out as like an ability. All that shit is cool to me, right? It's all those little things that kind of make the predictability not bother me as much, because it's all everything, pretty much everything in the, and then like I said, a predictable episode can still be entertaining. I think it's all handled well. I think even the predictable shit is handled well. Therefore, it doesn't really bother me when it happens. So that's the other thing. So yeah, I think the Squovic greeting episode is the best out of the bunch, and then we come to the worst out of the bunch, which is the fucking Cinderace Lucario buddy cop. Like, we get stuck together, but we grow as people because we come to like learn to love slash respect each other. Man, you want to know what really hurts this episode more than anything else? Two things. First thing, animation is bad. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells you. The animation is bad, and it kind of lends credence to something KG said a while ago, that even though Cinderace is fully evolved, we're probably not going to see it as much because it's now harder to animate because of how much bigger he is, which I agree with. And this episode has him look really, really fucking janky. That whole section, and it drags. It feels like it's dragging because the animation isn't fluid. So the Pikachu thing, I'm pretty indifferent with. But man, and even them growing to like work together, that's fine. But man, also this wasn't set up in other episodes. I think that's my other problem. It's not set up in other episodes prior. I do like how the win from the eating contest leads into them going to Unova to trying these foods. I think that shit's nice. Although you're in Unova and they don't really take advantage of it, which fucking sucks. There's not even that many Unova Pokemon pushed, other than Sock and Throw. I'm just kind of like, that's kind of lame. What else? Though my other problem, I think, is the fact that they make Go and Ash so uninterested slash apathetic to the situation. Where it's like, I wonder where Lucario and Cinderace went. And then, like, in other episodes and in other regions, Ash, you would be so concerned you would go out looking for them. They're doing this to keep them separated so that Cinderace and Lucario can have their bonding moments. But the only bonding moment they have is towards the very end, when they finally figure out a way of using it together, using the little stretchy, sticky substance together. And it's not like, the payoff to me isn't worth it. Even the Pikachu thing isn't worth it, because that, once again, that's predictable because it's Pokemon. Like, when you're a children's show and you lie in predictability, you gotta at least make the shit entertaining. At the very least, it's gotta be entertaining. The only thing that kind of saves this episode for me is that it has cute Cinderace moments in it. Cinderace is like I am very much a fan of rabbits, and Cinderace has always visually been cool to me. I love it. I also view it as kind of the feminine one of the group, of the starter trio. And all that is referencing that in the last couple of gens, Game Freak has made an inherent design to have like some masculine and then some feminine starters. Like in Gen 6, Delphox was the feminine one. In Gen 8, it was in Gen 7, it was Primarina. And in Gen 8, although it's a little bit more ambiguous, Cinderace is probably the most obviously feminine one of the three. So I already found him cute. So I found the cute sequences where Cinderace is trying to like interact with Lucario and he keeps accidentally getting shit on his face and Lucario gets mad. I find a lot of those sequences either cool, cute, or funny. Those sequences by themselves are fine. The rest of the episode can go down in fire. Also, the fact that like all that effort they were putting in didn't mean anything because they had the wrong Pikachu anyway. Like, it's not a funny gag because it's kind of obvious. When you make a Pikachu clone, that the only way you can tell is Pikachu by having him say Hikachu because he doesn't say Pikachu properly. And when they catch it, they cover up its mouth. The gag obviously is going to be, oh, it's Hikachu. It's not Pikachu. It's Hikachu over there. Yeah, the worst one out of the bunch. And then the last one is the Koharu Eevee episode. There are a lot of things in this episode that work, and I'm gonna tell you the one thing that doesn't, and ultimately brings down the pace of the fucking episode. That one thing, Team Rocket. This is purely an episode where Team Rocket did not need to be in any capacity, because the whole premise of the episode could have literally just been Eevee ends up following the Emperor, and then the Eevee scientists go looking for him. Koharu mistakes them for evil people, and Eevee and her have a little adventure running away from these Eevee thieves. That's not what they wanted to do. They wanted to add Team Rocket in here for some extra side content that ultimately doesn't add anything to the episode in any way, shape, or form. It's just there because Team Rocket should be included. Fuck Team Rocket. This is the reason why. It's funny because I just finished recording. I finished the Best Wishes review is up on Lumio's trainer Zach's video right now. And one of my biggest complaints that I mentioned in that video is Team Rocket getting forced into episodes is like the worst thing. And guess what? It happened in the older generations all the time. And Journeys, unfortunately, seems to be following suit in some ways by adding him in. They did not need to be in this episode. I actually think the Eevee parallel stuff with Koharu not knowing what to do with her life, and Eevee's like her first official capture, and Eevee, and then more than likely this will be a Let's Go Eevee where she'll never evolve and become just a G Max Eevee. That's what I'm betting on, considering the next episode is the fossils episode in Galar with the scientist that has a bad issue with putting the fossils in the wrong goddamn like reviving the fossil Pokemon, but putting the fossils in the wrong order so it doesn't come out right. Trying to remember what else. It's just the episode. I think the Eevee Koharu stuff is fine. I'm not in love with Koharu as a character still, but I think Eevee is a fine Pokemon for. I think part of the reason why I don't care as much is A, because Team Rocket kind of fucks up half the episode, and B, because Eevee is a Pokemon that has been used to death. I think almost every male, almost every female, except for I think Dawn, has an Eevee. No, Dawn and Misty. Misty and Dawn, I think, are the only two females. No, Misty, Dawn, and Iris. I'm sorry. Misty, Dawn, and Iris. May has got an Eevee that turns into a Glaceon. Serena gets one that turns into a Sylveon. Lana gets one that doesn't evolve. It's just a shaggy looking Eevee. And then now Koharu has one that'll probably be a G-Max Eevee. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of just tired of seeing Eevee a lot. The fact that Go has a Raichu also kind of lends credence. At least the Raichu has I don't know. We'll see how it goes moving forward. But that's my main problem. It's like, it's just Eevee again. And I'm like, fuck. And it makes sense. I think this one makes more sense thematically. It's probably the most thematically logical one of the Eevee girls, of the girls who have Eevees. But still, it's still fucking Eevee. So I'm like, man, not another one. And I like Eevee. Eevee's cute. But Jesus Christ. And I already knew it was going to happen. As soon as you had Let's Go, and Go represents Let's Go also, probably G-Max Eevee. So I guess it's not too surprising in the grand scheme of things. Still not fucking appealing, but whatever. Trying to think if there was anything else from the episode that was really worth noting. I don't understand why Go. I feel like they did this contrived. Go has to fucking go to school. Has to go to school for tests because of a promise he made. That way we can have him more included in the episode. But it doesn't make any sense because Go has no intention, at least based off his bar, has no inherent intention to do anything school related. So I'm like, what's the point of even having him do the test? I think part of the reason is just to have him included because he hasn't gone to school for the whole time. It's just contrived. It's a contrived way to get him in the episode with it making it seem like it's more natural. Still not fucking great. It's just there. I just I'm not a fan of it personally. It felt contrived as fuck. But that's what we do. But I think that's all the main episodes. I think the next episode doesn't come back. I think the fossil episode doesn't even air until next year. So we'll address that one when it comes, but I should be all caught up. Overall, the badge kind of is very weird in quality. I think the only episode I think I legit liked all the way through is the Squovit Gradient one, which is surprising because that was the one I was dreading the most. That's the best one consistency-wise. Kohadu's would probably be the second best based off of if you took the Team Rocket stuff out of there and made Go shit less contrived. It's fine. I think thematically it works perfectly fine. Um, I think the only reason why I think the Mewtwo one is my least favorite, with the Cinderace and Lucario one being a close second. The only reason why I don't like the Cinderace, that one I think would have worked if you had better quality animation and had them working together earlier in the episode, and not had all this fucking. I don't know. It just wasn't well paced. I think that's the main problem with it. It's just not. It was poorly paced, and the Mewtwo one just isn't that endearing to me because it's making it seem like they've hit milestones, and I'm like, not really. Also, I do like the fact that Ash's Dragonite has been seen more consistently. Now, if we could only get the same for Gengar and motherfucking Farfetch, gotta hope Pokemon journeys moving forward will be more interesting. Get some more Galar gym leaders. Maybe spend more time in the damn region that hasn't been shown off at all in the anime. I don't fucking know. Maybe get some more returning characters. I don't fucking know. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section because I don't fucking know. And thank you guys for watching because I don't fucking know. And life's a game. Play to win because I don't fucking know. And remember, guys, you're not having any fun if you're not going just a little bit crazy because I don't fucking know. And peace out.